and welcome to the PC Gaming Vortex. This is our first episode in our Into the Vortex look into Age of Wushu. Age of Wushu is a new game that just released recently. It is a martial arts, Eastern influenced game that has open world PvP. The game is very unique. Both Dark Relic and I, which he is joining me for this, went through the beginning tutorial of the game and kind of got a grasp of the game before we jumped in to cover it. We haven't gone a whole lot into it, but enough to kind of get the grasp of the game, and it's very, very unique. The game itself has aspects and features that I've actually never seen before in an MMO. Apparently, this game is extremely popular in Asian countries. I guess it's really high up there. I believe in Korea, but over here it is just released. It has a official spokesperson of Jet Li. He's in the TV commercials and all over the advertisements for the game. And apparently he is actually in the game itself, although I have not come across him yet, but that is definitely cool. I'm a fan of his. So we're going to jump into character creation here. This is the first thing you see when you start to make a character. You get to choose one of 5 paths. These paths are going to determine a couple different things. First thing is your starting area. You're going to start in a different area if you choose a different path. From what I can tell, this is really just story based, so it's not really restricting your school which is your race or class, excuse me. It's not really restricting anything about your character. It's more of just a story based thing. So I'm going to pick the Nameless Sword, which is the same thing that Dark Relic created, so we can start in the same area. Next thing is the base character creation for the look of your character. You have default faces here. You can actually go into detail and change a lot of different aspects of your character. It is a pretty in-depth character creation, actually. I'm not going to go through and spend a bunch of time editing my character because I'm sure this is something that would get very boring if you're not making your own character. But the one thing I want to note that I did read is the hairstyles in the game. Although it only gives you 3 to choose at the beginning, they do drop in the game just like gear does. So while the outfit you're wearing in character select isn't going to be your final outfit, of course you'll get outfits as you get your gear upgraded. Your hairstyle is the same way. You'll get different hairstyles throughout the game and also in the cash shop. I should mention this is a free-to-play game with a cash shop. The cash shop is also very unique in this game. There are some items in there that are not very common, but we'll go over the cash shop a little bit later. And then, of course, you can choose your opening outfit. Wow, that is very pink. That is wow. I'm not going to go with the pink outfit. I guess we'll go with the short light blue outfit. That'll work. Let's enter a name here. Of course, it's already in use. We'll try that. There we go. Okay, so on the character select screen, it gives you a few pieces of information here. It gives you your name, your school, which is your class, which we'll choose a little bit later in the tutorial. Your power. I am weak in body and mind because I haven't really honed my martial arts yet. I'm not exactly sure what the script is, and I assume the scene is the zone you're in. And it shows your last logged in IP, and whether you're a subscriber, which they call a VIP. When we get in the game, I'll explain the VIP program. The VIP program actually gives you a lot. Being a subscriber in this game is a kind of a big deal. They give you a long list of things, which is very good. So let's jump right in here. It should drop me right where Dark Relic is.
Oh, I think I see you.
I'm still loading in. There we go. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to say is the first thing that happened to me when I logged into this game. The first thing that happened was all these pop-ups hit, all these names everywhere, all this spam on the screen. And to be honest, it kind of turned me off of the game. I didn't care for the bombardment of stuff that hit us right when we logged in. But I will say this: if this is something that bothers you, don't fret. There is order to this chaos, and as you play into the game a little bit, it's not as bad. The further into the tutorial you get, the less pop-ups you're getting, the more you understand the concepts of the game, and the more it clears out. The game world is absolutely breathtakingly stunning. They did an excellent job of capturing the nature feel and the village feel and etc. And the game, this one flaw is not worth hanging it up. I have to definitely say that. So you get an option of your movement style. I just go for the recommended, which is normal WASD. And then it's going to pop up. As you're going to see, there's a lot of pop-ups that have already opened on top of each other here. This is teaching about experience, cultivation, and potential. I'm going to close this because I'll explain that to you guys. It pops into the corner here. Oh, there's Dark Relic right there with his little goatee. Hello there, Dark Relic.
Well, hello there.
Okay, so this game is very unique when it comes to experience. You gain experience for virtually everything. Of course, you would get it for combat. You get it for talking. You get it for running around. You get it for jumping. You get it for pretty much everything in the game gives you experience. But experience does not equal leveling, not directly. The way it works is you have cultivation. And let me explain what that means. You gain experience and you put it into a pool. So you have this collection of experience points. Then you choose an ability, a skill, or a stat, or something like that to funnel the experience into. Once you choose that in the method of cultivation, which we'll go into more a little later, it's a real-time process. So what I mean by that is if it says it's going to take 9 minutes to level that specific item, it's going to take 9 real-time minutes to level that item. 9 minutes in-game. Obviously, as you go later in the game, it's going to take longer and longer, 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, 10 hours, etc., to level something. So it's a time investment. So while obviously you can still go out and play the game while it's cultivating, that experience you're gaining is sitting in that pool waiting to cultivate the next item. Very, very unique way of leveling. Not necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. I think it's very intriguing, but very different. You want to know that coming in. A couple things I think you should know going in is the experience layout in this game and the fact that it's open world PvP, whether that's your thing or it's not your thing, because anybody can pretty much attack you at any point. Okay, so let's get this started. So you can see we have a quest over here. Listen to Chang Huan. And then if you want to hide other players, which of course is going to be necessary at times, you press F9. When there's 60 guys in front of your quest guy and you can't click them, F9 is a nice thing to know. This game utilizes auto-pathing, which I think is fantastic. You just click on the guy's name, off you go. It's going to auto-walk me over there. Anything you want to add there, Dark Relic, about the initial impression when you first log into the game?
There is actually one other thing that I noticed that I found. If you hit the escape key, there's an option where you can go into the interface, and a lot of the stuff, because I mean, like individual player names and whatnot, are just there's just so much information written about them. It's like they have their entire life story for their character name. You can strip a lot of that stuff off of there to make it, so you just have, the kind of like the brass tacks, just the basics on there.
Yeah,
it really cleans up the screen a lot.
It's definitely a good thing to really lower it down to exactly what you want to see. I mean, if you don't want to see anything but besides the guy's name, you can make it to where you can just see anything but the name. If you want to see every little piece of information about that character, you can. The game is very customizable within the options menu, which apparently I'm going to have to go in just a moment because I don't appear to have any sound. I'll have to find out why. Okay, so this is the first quest giver. We auto-pathed right up to him. So, do you want to play Wakey with me? I assume I don't know how to pronounce that word. We're going to assume that was a card game, and he didn't want to play Peekaboo. Okay, so completed the first quest.
How could you not want to?
Well, I know, but I mean, he just gave me a stack of Steam Buns, so I don't know.
And how are you enjoying his Steamy Buns?
I'm not going to touch that one. Okay, so back to the
Somebody's got to.
Okay, so we'll wait until the pop-ups go away. Okay, left-click the menu. Here's the cultivation screen. So this is what I was talking about. It explains it all on the side here if you find yourself needing to read up on potential and cultivation and such. Oh, it's going over. This is what the VIP program's all about. So we'll go over this quickly since it's popped it up for us. One of the things that it does, which I think is the biggest part of it, is the VIP allows you to transfer more experience into cultivation experience. So what I mean by that is, say you need 1,000 points to make this skill go up. That doesn't mean it's going to take 1,000 experience. As experience is converting over, for free-to-play players, 70% of it goes one way into the skill, and 30% of it goes into a special pool. And that special pool you can unlock with in-game currency to utilize. If you're a VIP player, all of that experience goes right into the skill. So in essence, you level faster. So everybody has access to all of it. It's not like you're losing experience if you're free to play. It just costs you a little more time. In this case, money, in-game money. You also get, you can open a stall or cultivate, which is leveling, when you're not online if you're a VIP, which is another big deal. Opening a stall is just a little shop where players can click on your guy and buy things automatically without you being there, but the cultivation and leveling when you're not offline is very good. It looks like you get more bank space, the number of booths for your stall, so the more you can have more things for sale. Musicians gain musician attacks. It looks like they automatically go off after playing the first note. The musician system in the game is like a mini game. I played with it a little bit, and this assumes I assume this is allowing you to skip past the mini game when you're actually in an attack. You could become a divinator, which apparently lets you to tell the fortune of others. It has unique outfits, surprise tasks, and then apparently you have a green channel login if there's queues, I assume, or something like that. So it actually does give you quite a bit being a VIP, which is good, because if they have a subscription program for a free-to-play game, it should be worth it. So that's good.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, let's see why I don't have any sound.
Also, while you're looking at that, I wanted to point out one other glaring oversight. That's not light blue, that's aqua.
Oh, I apologize. My my grasp of the color palette is not as strong as yours. Oh, Obi-Wan.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. I think the music is just really quiet. I think it was on.
It is pretty quiet. It's actually really nice, like woodwinds that are playing.
Oh, I can kind of hear it. Okay, we'll leave that going. Hopefully that won't drown us out. Okay, so it wants us to talk to him again. So we'll talk to him again. He's talking about the experience cultivation system. I have no idea what that says. It's covered. Something about getting experience, I think. Okay, so it wants us to speak to the next guy. So we will auto path to the next guy here. We're not going to take you guys all the way through the tutorial. We will do the beginning part of this, cover some of the base levels of the game and the ideas, and look at some of the scenery and such. And then we will skip ahead, and we will go to where you choose your class, you choose your school, and talk about the combat system and things like that. But the middle part of the tutorial and the end part of the tutorial we will leave you to do yourself if you decide to play the game. Okay, so let's see. Mastery is a skillful balance of external and internal skills. You will not win duels against experts if you cannot draw upon your inner strength. Okay? So he's not going to let me close that. Okay. Oh, looks like I am learning a skill. So that is a skill book. Yeah, so we've learned a skill. So we're going to activate this skill. This specific one is a... Oh, it's a passive skill. Looks like it's just a... Yeah, it looks like it's just a passive skill. So the reason that this would exist, for example, this passive skill, is as you cultivate this higher, your stats are going to go up. There is no straight levels in this game. It's not like you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, etc. It's just the strength of your skills. So the higher you would do this, so you could take the skill all the way up to max level 20, the higher these skills will get, in essence, leveling your character. It is a levelless system. And there are a lot of gold sellers in this game. Lots of spam, lots of tells out of nowhere. It's a bit of a new game, so I'm sure they'll get a tackle on that. But for right now, they're everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I had to actually close my my chat window.
Yeah, it's definitely consistent. I just got a whisper from one. I'm like, what is this flashing icon? Oh, buy gold. Gotcha. Okay, using shield to wield your sword like an expert requires advanced internal skills. Okay, so ask him to teach us novice kung fu. When he was younger, his family was slaughtered. That's sad. And go speak to the next person. There's a lot of this at the beginning.